Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you 5 exercises incorporating core strength to do with a partner at home. Before starting, make sure you are properly warmed up. I suggest a 5 to 8 minute warm up or a short run. Let's get started. My husband will be joining us today. So, first exercise will be a squatting handshake. So, first thing you need to do, make sure your feet beneath your hip bones, nice soft knees. As you breathe out, take the centre of your belly button back to the spine. You want to make sure you can extend your arm, but without it being locked in place. Then, push back into a squat, ensuring that your knees never go over your toes. Press into the heels, clench your buttocks to rise. Swap arms, we're doing 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Next exercise is a standing row. So I'm sure lots of you have equipment at home that you don't know what to do with. So I'm going to incorporate a couple of pieces into today's session. So first piece of equipment is band with the handles on the end. So you're going to put one end, put the band around the waist or the hips of your partner, and ensure whoever's holding the handles has the handles in line with their waist. I don't want you rowing with your shoulders up towards your ears. Keep the shoulders down. Again, feet underneath hips, nice soft knees. Throughout the movement, to avoid leaning forward or backs. Keep your head, shoulders, hips stacked. Extend the arms fully, again, and making sure that you're not locking your elbows. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the band towards you. Making sure you're not taking the elbows all the way back. You don't want to pinch the upper back. And extend. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do 12 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Release gently, come up standing. So you can take that quite far. You could go lower into a squat, row slower, go up to 12 to 15 repetitions. Now, depending on, again, you have to make sure that the band is in line with your partner's waist. So on this occasion, the band is around just beneath my bust line in order for my partner to be in the correct position. Again, soft knees. Now then, if your partner is stronger than you, if you're not pulling on the handles and just staying in place, you have to work a lot harder than you would if you were just standing here without this piece of equipment around you. So this is where the core workout comes into play for the person not using the band.
12.
And then release. Okay. Our next exercise is twisting with a band. So I'm using a TheraBand. We'll be working the obliques. Waistband is great for whittling away and strengthening your obliques. Again, you have to make sure your feet are beneath your knees beneath your hip bones, nice soft knees as if you're rooted into place. Imagine your legs are tree trunks. So both take hold of the band. Make sure it's beneath your thumb and the palm of your hand. Elbows pressed against your waistline. It shouldn't move away from the waistline. We don't want the band between two participants too slack or too tight. Enough to make it a challenge, but not so tight that you're struggling. Breathe in through the nose. As you breathe out, one person rotates as far as they can go whilst maintaining the position of their chin in line with the sternum and not moving the hip bones. So we're going to alternate here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's one side done. We're also working your arms quite a lot as well. So swapping over. So a good little tip is to imagine that you have spotlights on your hips and you don't want the spotlights moving around all over the place. You want them facing the front, directly onto your target straight ahead. So it's quite key not to rotate too far so that you can maintain that position. And again, we're doing the same on the other side. I'll go first. You need to tighten up.
4.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Great work.
Yeah, more on that side.
Okay, so our next exercise now is a kneeling press. So it's a bit like a press up, but you're on your knees. So we're going to start by coming down onto the ground, making sure the head, shoulders, hips, knees are all stacked. Connect through the centre. Let's move a little bit further along. Make sure there's enough, you're close enough to be able to place your hands against your partner's hands without locking your elbows again. And then when you're ready, press against their hands until your forearms touch. Throughout the movement, you want to think about the back line. Keep your head, the back of your head in line with your tailbone. Don't let your lower back dip, your tummy pop out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. So now we're coming down onto the mat a little bit further. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Again, make sure before you start that you can comfortably touch your partner's hand. When you're ready, you can do one of two things. You can stay in this position if you know that your lower back's not particularly strong, you're still building on your core strength. You can stay in this position as you clap your partner's hand, or if you're already doing quite advanced exercises, you can lengthen one leg away, lengthen the second leg away. Make sure you're not pushing your bottom up or letting your hips drop. If at any time that you find that happening, place your knees down on the ground, feet flat on the ground to keep you safe. Okay, we'll get started. 12, we're going to do 12 claps on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, push back into a child's pose and just relax your fingers, relax the wrists. If you want to take the stretch lower, toes together, knees apart, and then sink as low as you can go. That's all the exercises done now. You can keep it at one set, build up to 3 rounds over time, and you'll find that it will really make your running and all of your activities, your impact activities, that much more comfortable. Now, before we finish for the day, we'll just do a few stretches. So we'll start off by coming down onto the ground and do a glute stretch. So lie down. Oops.
Let's get these.
Huh? Place your ankle above the knee, the supporting leg. Lift the leg up, thread one hand through the center, other hand around, and then bring the thigh towards you. You feel a nice strong stretch on the hip and the buttock of the leg closest to you. Hold for a minimum of 10 seconds, then lower the leg down and do the same on the other side. Lower the leg down, swivel round, and then come onto your knees. So we have 2 options here. We're going to stretch the front of the thighs now, so you can either do it standing up or kneeling. If you're kneeling, make sure that your knee of the front leg is directly above the heel of that leg. Then grab hold of the back foot, bring it towards you, and you'll feel a nice stretch along the front of the thigh and the groin area. If you're standing, make sure the knees remain in line and whatever support you're using is alongside you, not in front or behind you, so you're twisting your torso. And then do the same on the other side. Lower the leg down, press on the knee if you're standing to come up to kneeling to come up to standing. And now we're going to do 2 more stretches. Chest stretch, partner chest stretch. So the way this works is you place your hands again together, forearms together. Make sure there's a lot. Make sure that your elbow is in line with your underarm. Then step forward with the leg closest to your partner, making sure that you're not twisting your pelvis around. Press against their hand and their forearm as much as you can. Give you a nice stretch across the chest there. And then step back. Do the same on the other side. And step back. Okay, now we're going to just stretch the back of our shoulders a little bit. Bring one arm forward, push it back and press against the elbow with the opposite arm. If you make sure that your knees are nice and soft whenever you do a stretch, it's much better. And then do the same on the other side. Arm forward, push back. And then we'll finish off with nice side stretch. Stretch out after all those twists. So again, nice soft knees, feet underneath the hips, hand on hip on one side, sweep and reach over, holding for 10 seconds. Make sure that your arms going over your head, you're not leaning forward or back. And then come to centre and do the same on the other side. Sweep, soften the knees and reach over. then come to centre, and we're done. Thank you very much. See you soon.